Your gutter system does more than you probably realize. It quietly protects your roof, your siding, your landscaping, and most importantly, your foundation. And here in West Michigan, places like Grand Rapids and Holland, gutters take a beating. You have heavy spring rain, lake effect snow, freeze and thaw cycles, and ice buildup. All of that puts real stress on your gutter system. So I went to our estimators at above and I said, hey, what are the most common questions homeowners are asking about gutters? And I want to give you clear and honest answers. So one of the first questions we get is, how long do gutters actually last? Well, for residential gutters, it's between 20 and 30 years. But that actually depends on a few things: the materials, the installations, and how well they're maintained. So here is a quick breakdown. Aluminum gutters, as you see here, last about 20 to 30 years. Steel is around 15 to 20, and copper could be 40 years or more. But one of the cheapest is vinyl. This is vinyl. And usually that's 10 to 20 and sometimes less in Michigan winters. Just terrible. In West Michigan, aluminum is the most common choice. It offers a good balance between durability and cost. But here's the truth: even the best material won't last if it's poorly installed. So question number 2. So what causes gutters to wear out faster? Well, there's a few common issues: improper pitch, water sits instead of flows, maybe there's loose fasteners or hangers, maybe there's seams and they're failing, or the sealant inside of it is failing. The downspouts are clogged, and heavy debris from nearby trees is taking over. This is especially common in areas like Ada, Rockford, and Forest Hills. That's why we often recommend seamless gutters, kind of like the ones you see here. There's fewer seams, and it means fewer leaks, and there's no points of separation. They last longer, and they're much better for your home. These ones are a little dirty though. But the next question is, how do you know when it's time to replace your gutters? You can look for things like cracks or splits, rust or corrosion. Maybe there's some sagging sections. Gutters are pulling away from the house, or water is pulling up around your foundation. You might also notice like peeling of paint or even moisture in your basement after heavy rains. If you're seeing multiple issues at once, it's usually a sign the system is reaching the end of its life. These ones are doing okay. The gutter guards are coming out. Are gutter guards actually worth it? The honest answer is, it depends on your home. If you're surrounded by trees and your gutters clog frequently, gutter guards can help. They're especially useful in wooded neighborhoods around Grand Rapids and Holland, maybe Forest Hills and Ada. Here's what they do well: they reduce debris buildup, they decrease how often you need to clean, and they help water flow more efficiently during heavy rain. But it's important to be clear about what they don't do. They are not maintenance free. They won't stop debris from building up over time, and they do not prevent ice dams. Ice dams are usually caused by attic insulation and ventilation issues. As you can see here, these gutter guards are starting to fail, and they're probably more around the cheaper end, but they could use a little bit of a tender loving care, in my opinion. Now you might be wondering, can I just repair them? Repair my gutters? And sometimes yes, if it's a small issue, like a loose hanger or a minor seam separation, a repair can then make sense. Replacement becomes more likely when there's multiple sections failing, the system might be 20 to 30 years old, or water isn't being directed away properly. At that point, you're not just fixing gutters, you're protecting your home for bigger problems. Another question: are gutters actually required? This is a really good question. In Michigan, building code doesn't say every home must have gutters, but it does say that water must be directed away from your foundation. So in areas like Grand Rapids and Holland, where homes are closer together and basements are common, gutters are often the most effective way to do that. The final question is, how are they fastened? So let's quickly touch on something most homeowners never really think about: how the gutters are attached to your home. Older systems use things called spikes, and basically they're really long nails. The problem? Well, over time those nails can loosen with freeze and thaw cycles. That's when you start to see sagging gutters. Modern systems use hidden hangers with screws, and they're stronger, they're more secure, and they hold up better in Michigan. There's also something called vampire hangers, and that's what you kind of see here. You might not be able to see it well, but it's when the fascia can't hold the gutters, and so there needs to be some more support, and so the vampire hanger clips onto the back of the gutter and it extends onto the roof. It's very interesting. A proper install matters, but also your fastening system matters as well. You want to make sure those gutters stay up there. At the end of the day, gutters are one of the most important and probably overlooked systems of your home. They manage water, they protect your structure, and they help prevent costly damage over time. Here in West Michigan, with the amount of rain, snow, and temperature swings we see, a well-designed gutter system isn't a luxury, it's protection. If you had any questions that I didn't answer in this video, drop a comment down below. And if I can't answer it, I'll find somebody above roofing who can.